This week is National Pollinator Week, and with that, I want to show some amazing plants that are here and how plant diversity can increase pollinator diversity and also then make us healthier and happier people at the same time. As a wildlife conservationist and ecologist, my biggest passion is looking at the interconnectedness between animals and plants. You better believe that pollinators are really important to this, and then important to me. They're kind of the poster child for plant and animal connections. They are animals that go around and help plants reproduce. Also, as a human, I like to eat, and pollination is really important for our food supply. And as an artist, I love color. And the more color, the better. The more texture, the better. So in a garden space, caring about pollinators, caring about plants and the butterflies and the bees is a great way to add color to my life and to the area that I live in. We often think of bees and butterflies and hummingbirds as being the kind of main pollinators. However, there's a ton of other pollinators out there as well. You can have small mammals like bats that are pollinators, reptiles, snails, beetles, ants, wasps, you name it. There's a ton of different pollinators, and we need to be attracting all of these in order to have the most biodiversity and the most ecosystem health. First, we need to start with pollinator morphology. Different pollinators are going to be visiting different plants, and this all comes down to their size, their shape, when they're out, are they nocturnal or are they diurnal, things like that. And the various types of plants will attract various types of pollinators. So the more flowers that you have, not just of the same kind, but the more biodiverse, the more colorful, the weirder shaped, the different bloom times will all help pollinators be able to thrive, be able to enjoy your yard, enjoy your communities. All right, so thinking about pollinator morphology and looking at this clover here, we can see that it is round, right? It's a little round kind of globe, not super big. So we think about, would hummingbirds come to pollinate this? Not really. Hummingbird beaks are going to be much longer, and they're not going to be able to find the nectar that they need in this sort of plant. Hummingbirds are going to like long tube-shaped flowers. With the clover though, they do attract their own sorts of insects, all manners of bees, large and small like this, because this is a little bit larger and heftier in size than your standard white clover. So it'll support larger bees as well as smaller ones. Flies and ants also enjoy this. I get some questions saying if I were to plant any sort of flower, I have limited space, what should I plant? Milkweed is always a great option. They're beautiful in color. They are the host plant for monarch caterpillars, so if we flip the leaves up, there's a chance that we might find monarch eggs. Maybe. But the flower ball here also provides valuable nectar for a wide variety of insects. Bumblebees like to land on this. They might weigh it down a little bit, but they'll land on it. Lots of flies and beetles will enjoy it as well. Chewing insects will like to chew on the leaves here. And butterflies, skippers, and moths will also come to this milkweed. It's nice and open, so as a butterfly comes and lands, they have the ability to spread out their wings here and be able to take off in a moment's notice if a predator, like a bird, were to come and try to snack on them. Flat-topped flowers like the yarrow or the tick seed Coreopsis are also going to be great for butterflies who need a landing pad and then a place to take off. Now we have the Flattop Daisies here. These are another great pollinator plant, but again, not for the reasons we might think. These yellow centers are absolutely going to attract pollinators. However, they don't really smell very good, and these white petals aren't a huge attractant to different insects. But little tiny beetles love to roll around in here. On sunny, warm afternoons, you can often find little tiny flower beetles, tumbling beetles, rolling around, chewing, and having a great time. But as you can see, it just rained and they're not going to be out. The flowers of the bee balm here, as you can see, are great for pollinators as well. And these are always an addition that I suggest if people want to attract hummingbirds but don't want the hassle of cleaning out a hummingbird feeder. Hi, cabbage white. This cabbage white also likes checking a whole variety of plants out. But these are great for attracting hummingbirds as well as bees. They have long tube-like flowers, you can see, which perfectly fits the shape of the hummingbird beak. So these long tube flowers help to support hummingbird populations as well as other pollinators. By having the diversity in your garden, you can be sure that you're going to attract a wide diversity of insect populations and birds and other pollinators as well. Having this color, having the different shapes, the different styles that bloom at different times of day can all help to support pollinator populations. Are you interested in learning more about pollinators, gardening with ecology in mind, or anything else nature-minded? Follow and subscribe with The Art of Ecology here and never miss out on any one of my fun videos.